on Joseph Gao is the one Republican that's in a heavily Democratic district. It's down in Louisiana. He won because his opponent wound up having $90,000 in a freezer and got indicted. Okay, so he stepped in and he won. It's an overwhelmingly Democratic district. But he said, look, I'm going to be bipartisan. I'm going to, be reasonable and moderate, et cetera, et cetera. And when he got to Congress, he wasn't. He, with the exception of one vote initially, he wound up voting with the Republicans the whole time. And people were like, well, what are you doing here? I mean, you're going to get killed in the next election. You haven't voted with the Democrats at all. This whole, bipartisan moderate thing, this was a fraud, right? And and I remember talking on the show, and I think it was with Michael, and we're like, why? Why doesn't he do any Democratic votes? Because it would be smart politically. Otherwise, he's going to get killed in his district, right? So why won't he do it? Well, this explains why he won't do it. Because, and this is a very good story out of the Associated Press, because he did wind up doing it. He wound up being the sole Republican that voted for the health care bill in the House. So that was bold, and to me, it's not that much. I mean, if he voted against that, that's crazy. He's guaranteed loss in one term, et cetera. And then if he doesn't vote for that really watered-down health care bill, what the hell does he vote for, right? So he did that. Now, here come the consequences. And this is why people always stick with the Republican Party and they never break ranks. So all of a sudden, his fundraising dropped off a cliff. He lost 40% of his fundraising from quarter to quarter after that vote. Now, he's losing money from just average conservative citizens around the country where he would be raising money from them. And behind the scenes of that is interesting because they've got a system set up. They've got a machine, right? And you go to these certain Republican consultants, and they send out flyers and mailers, et cetera, saying, oh, the Democrats are the worst. They're killing your grandmother, and they're driving a spike through, your family's heads, and they got their boilerplate, right? But Joe Gao is standing up to that. Except in the boilerplate, it talks about how health care reform is going to kill and destroy everyone in the country, but Gao voted for health care reform, right? So he can't do that. And one of the attacks was too harsh, and he said, we can't do that. So now the Republicans are like, well, this is what we got. We got hate. And if you don't fit this, how do we raise money for you? It doesn't make any sense. And then he loses institutional money. So all those corporations who usually give money to the Republicans to do their bidding, well, they don't like the way Gao voted on that one, so he loses their money. So now how is he going to win? He's already in a Democratic district. Now he doesn't have any money. And that's why they never step out of line. That's why they always vote with the Republicans, no matter what they said they were going to do. Okay, not always, and sometimes you get the right thing, a Republican doing the right thing, and we're going to talk about that right now. But now you understand the institutional reasons why there's a price to pay, and why they're never bipartisan, generally not bipartisan because of that. Now, having said that, all the credit in the world to, of all people, Scott Brown came out and voted for the jobs bill. And, oh, man, are they livid on the right. Oh, they're like, you scum of the earth, lying, filth, piece of dirt. We shall have our vengeance. These are on his Facebook page, all over the internet. I mean, this is becoming like Epic Beard Man, and they're going mental on him, and they got pictures of him, being a traitor and all this stuff. So that infatuation with Scott Brown, instantly done. Glenn Beck spent 5 minutes ripping him apart. You know what he called him? I hope you're sitting down for this. He called him a progressive Republican. That means, of course, he's with the communists and the fascists and the Maoists. So he said, I never trusted that guy in the first place. So all of a sudden, Scott Brown went from, he's going to run for Republican, he's going to run for president with the Republicans, to, okay, scum of the earth, and not invited anymore to a damn thing on the Republican side.
Watch more clips at theyoungturks.com.